Royals, what's going on? It's your girl Q the Queen here, back with another video. Now if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you're liking the content, hit that like button. And if you have some thoughts, comments, just share anything you want to share, man, in that comment section, because me and my Royals, we talks about it. Now, if you are, kind of up on your sneaker news and all that good stuff, you may know or have heard some tremblings about it being the 30th anniversary of the Air Max 90. Okay, if you didn't know, now you know. This is why we're getting a lot of OG iterations of the Air Max 90 in classic colorways, as well as with the classic build from the original release. Now, I wanted to come in today and talk to you about the latest city pack that's supposed to drop on January 30th. It's going to actually be less about the architecture of the cities, but more so about the known professions of each city. So you have the Paris, which is based off of the bakers of Paris. So I really want to go to Paris and give me just a little slice of bread. Now I'm going to slice that up, throw a little butter on that. You have New York City, which it kind of commemorates their firemen or their fire servicemen. And then you have London. Which the shoe will commemorate their post workers. Or postal workers rather. You have Tokyo, that pair will commemorate their taxi drivers. And then Shanghai will also be postal workers as well, or delivery services rather. Postal workers, delivery services. And not to make it sound like the same thing, because based off of what I'm reading, it's not the same thing. Again, they come out on January 30th, and it's a nice little lineup here actually. I'm probably not feeling the Paris the most because it's the all white one, and I don't really do the all white thing unless it's just a regular leather Air Max 90 that's all white. I don't want a themed all white shoe, because the moment I ruin it, I just feel like it's ruined. Okay. And based off the materials, it looks like it's a cloth material. It looks like it's kind of looks like a canvas material. So yeah, that might not work out for the kid. All right. So for the NYC one though, it looks like, honestly, the NYC one is kind of it's just kind of it's nothing that I feel like would be anything to run for. I guess if you're from NYC and you just like to collect NYC pairs, then this is the one you want to grab. But this is kind of one of them, yeah, I ain't gotta have that one. I ain't got to. Nope, I ain't got to. So the London one. The London one is kind of dope. I like the little check mark on the swoosh. It's like a little zigzag, goes zigzag, and then it has a crown in the insole, which is pretty dope. I do like the tongue. I feel like they did better with details on the London one. So with the tongue, they actually have what looks like a stamp, and it says airmail, and it just kind of gives you a little bit more of the theme in the details with the London one, and I really like that about this one. I'm not big on it being mostly red like that. I don't really like all red shoes anymore. That's not my style anymore. So that would likely be a pass for me, but based off the details, I feel like this is one of the stronger in the pack. The Tokyo one, this Tokyo one is kind of sexy. I say sexy. Now, I may have made it clear, for those who have been following me for a minute, I mentioned how the family of colors, turquoise, teal, and that sort of aqua greenish sort of look, bluish, greenish, greenish, bluish sort of blend of family of colors is very appealing to me. It's my favorite. And this Tokyo really plays on that. Now, the theme behind it is the whole taxi service thing. So I don't really see anything that screams taxi service, but again, I'm not from Tokyo, so I wouldn't know. But I imagine the green cross on the yellow background on the tongue is like a symbol for their taxi service. So I'm gonna go with that, and then of course the orange and the red stripes, or the orange and the black stripes on the other tongue. On the what looks like the right shoe is another symbol of the taxi service. So in the insole looks like it's maybe like some sort of part of the city that maybe overlooks maybe the taxi hub or something of that nature. And then of course it has kind of calligraphy for that particular culture. So, but all in all, like, this one is strong. I like the midsole. I like that sort of cream looking midsole. I like the gum bottom. The eyelets are gold. Like, they hit it nicely with this particular shoe. It's classy, and then they also, I guess, I would say they also get their point across in terms of it being something that commemorates the taxi service in Tokyo. So that's a strong, listen, this one's a strong selection. They got Tokyo on the back of the tongue. It looks good. It looks nice. Okay, we got Shanghai. So the Shanghai one is also supposed to be similar to like with London, except this one is the delivery service specifically. So I'm not sure exactly what delivery service this is actually showing for, but just from what I'm seeing in the insole, it looks like there's a picture of a moped. So maybe in Shanghai, residents get their packages delivered from a service worker that rides a moped. So that's kind of interesting. That's kind of interesting. You see on the tongue, it shows like an invoice, kind of like a shipping slip maybe, that it would look like when getting delivered, or I guess paying for delivery of some form of invoice that coincides with the delivery service. But overall, the shoe is a popping color. It's a popping color. It has something that's similar to like a royal blue, connected with an orange going toward the heel, and then the rest of it is black for the most part, and it has these 5 orange stars too. So I assume that particular delivery service has that on their logo. Then the white swoosh, like, I feel like the color blocking for the Shanghai is actually pretty cool. The color blocking and where they placed everything, they got a little bit of orange on the outsole with a little bit of black. I think that they hit the colors with the Shanghai. Based off of what I'm seeing and understanding from this particular pack, Tokyo is like a top. Like, if I were to purchase a pair, Tokyo is the purchase pair, because I feel like they hit you with the details and they hit you with just the overall look. The overall shoe just looks clean, right? But then with the Shanghai, if you're looking for like just the right hit of colors, if you like, man, they ain't hit them colors right, but that Shanghai, I feel like they hit them colors right where they should hit the colors. This London one is just too loud for me. I mean, it's just too loud. So for somebody that's loud, this is the shoe for you. The New York City one is just boring. Okay, it's just boring. All right. And then the Paris one is just too white. It's asking to get trashed. It's just asking for it. And that's my recap of the City Pack. Looks like these are slated to drop on January 30th, which is just a couple days away. Now, based off my understanding also, these are going to be city-specific releases. So if you want the Paris, the London, the Tokyo, the Shanghai, you bet to get the searching for some sort of store outlet that will allow you to be able to get those from over the water. Okay, the NYC, of course, it's more local to us on the America state side, so to speak. So if that's something you want, hit somebody up in NYC. Or if you're in NYC, you're right where you need to be for that pair. But all in all, I mean, I think it's a fairly strong city pack. It's not your, I would say it's not a cliche city pack, because most city packs deal with like the architecture and just very common components of a city. So for instance, with Paris, like you would expect to see like the Eiffel Tower or something on the shoe. But you know, they actually went a different direction. They went with known professions in those cities, which is kind of an interesting concept. It's not a concept I personally would have thought of. So whoever was sitting at the boardroom table or the creative suite or whatever they do to get these ideas put together and executed, whoever thought of it, it was a good thought. It was a good thought because it actually brings forth some detail in these shoes that we typically don't get. What better year to do it than the 30th anniversary of the Air Max 90, man? I think it's a strong look. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Are y'all gonna search and scounder and scratch and survive to try to figure out how to get whatever pair you want? Are you even interested? Are you even interested is the biggest question. So hit me in the comment section and I'll see you guys on the next one, baby. Royalty.
The queen is hyped up.